Hey neighbors, are you sick of walking to your chicken coop every single night and every single morning just to open and close your chicken door? Hey, me too. We've wanted an automatic chicken door on our chicken coop for quite a long time now. But one issue we had is we weren't really comfortable with the safety aspect of them. We were worried about them closing on the chickens or staying open or closed when they weren't supposed to, just kind of stuff like that. Especially when we made like a perfectly fine DIY chicken door, it worked great, but it still wasn't automatic. We had to walk out and walk in every night and every morning. I think we finally found an automatic door that we're pretty comfortable with putting on our chicken coop, and we're gonna go ahead and put it on today and give it a try. So let's go ahead and get it out of the box and onto the coop so we can talk about the features that really stood out to us. Real quick, let's talk about what comes inside the box. It comes with a really simple chicken door design, and it's all one piece, so you don't have to worry about assembling it or anything like that. It comes with 6 screws, so that way you can mount it onto your chicken coop. It comes with some super sweet chicken stickers, and then it also comes with an instruction manual. First off, this chicken door can be run on batteries, or you can actually plug it into an outlet. So if you're somebody that has outlets in your chicken coop, this door would be perfect just to put it in your coop and plug it right in. You don't have to worry about batteries whatsoever. But if you aren't lucky enough to have power in your chicken coop, this chicken door actually takes 4 AA batteries, and they say that these batteries will last up to 6 months. It's really easy to get the batteries in. There's like this nice waterproof seal. You put your 4 batteries in the little thing, you plug it right in and you seal it right up. There's not really anything to it, extremely easy. When you are changing your batteries, you don't need to worry about updating the settings or anything like that. The unit is actually gonna hold those settings in it even after the batteries die. So when you take the batteries out, put new ones in, don't need to worry about it. It's gonna hold your settings, which is awesome. Even though it only took 5 minutes to set up in the first place, it's nice knowing that if I have some new batteries and put them in there, I'm not gonna have to worry about that. And since we're talking about the setup in general, I would say I spent a total of 7 minutes maybe between putting the batteries in, programming it, and putting it on the chicken coop. Really, it's a one-piece unit. You put it on your chicken coop and you put 6 screws in, and the screws are self-tapping screws. You don't need to do a pilot hole, anything like that. Seriously, I couldn't be happier with how easy this was to set up. I'm not a handyman. I struggle building things and putting stuff together, and I get frustrated. This isn't one of those. It's plug and play. This chicken door has a few different ways of being set up. You can either do it manually, where that's where you go out and you push the button and open and close the door. Why do we have an automatic chicken door if we're gonna be doing it manually? So for me, not using that option. The other 2 options are actually pretty cool. You can either set it based on light, and it's not just when the sun goes up and when the sun goes down. You can actually get into the settings and change how much light it's gonna take for it to either close or open. So that's a really cool feature. The other way of doing it is you can actually do it by time. So you can just set the time that you want it to open and the time that you want it to close and just leave it there and not having to worry about when the sun's gonna be coming up or coming down. Now, this chicken door is quite a bit different than any of the other ones that I've seen. Most of the ones that I've seen open and close vertically, and then there's been a couple that I've seen that open and close horizontally, but it's one piece that kind of slides over to the side and completely closes. This one actually takes 2 halves of the door, and they meet in the middle and they close in the middle. And there's actually some safety sensors within those door pieces that if it touches anything that's gonna be in the way of that door closing, so like your chicken, it's actually gonna stop, open all the way back up, and it's gonna try to close 4 more times. If by the 4th time there's still something sitting in there, which there should almost never be something still sitting in there, at that point it's actually gonna stay open. So it's not gonna fail closed and keep your chickens locked up. It's actually gonna fail open. And then when you do come outside and check on your birds, it's gonna show a fault right there on the screen. It's got a digital readout. So it's gonna show you a fault right there on the screen that's gonna tell you exactly what's going on. Now, I've tested this safety feature myself. I've put my kid's hand in it and it is not gonna hurt any chicken that you have. It closes really gently, and then when it does close and there's something in the way, it comes right back open, no hesitation. It does not put any pressure on whatever's standing in there. So if you've got a chicken that's got her head sticking out of the coop, it is not gonna get hurt or bruised up or anything. It's gonna very lightly get touched, and then it's gonna open right back up, and hopefully by then your chicken's gonna be like, okay, I should probably get my head in the coop. One thing I was slightly worried about when I was ordering this, and when I ended up getting it, it changed my mind, but what I was worried about when I was ordering this is with that opening kind of horizontal like that, I was worried about the bottom track and what happens if you get some of your bedding from inside your coop, and the chickens, you know, they track stuff in and out. What happens if you drop stuff in there? Well, to my surprise and kind of to my relief, when I got the chicken door, first thing I did, I opened it up and I looked at that track. Well, the track is actually just 2 pieces and there's nothing on the bottom. So if anything does fall in there, it's gonna fall right through there. It's not gonna get stuck and built up, and it's not gonna stop that from opening and closing, which is an extremely awesome feature. Another thing I was slightly worried about is the company is a relatively new company. They're just coming out with these chicken doors, but they've put a lot of work into building these chicken doors. When you're going through the website, you're gonna see that they have a 2-year warranty, which to me, a 2-year warranty on something like this is awesome because it's sitting outside, it's sitting in the weather, and if anything happens to it, you've got 2 years that you can get it replaced. And I will say that the setup on this is a lot easier than what I thought it was gonna be. Chickcozy did a really good job of making it easy to navigate. There's a little digital readout on the front of the chicken door, and navigating through that readout is actually really, really easy. You don't have to worry about getting into a ton of different settings or anything. There's more or less a setting for what mode you want, whether that be manual, time, or light. There is also a child lock mode. I haven't messed around with that too much yet, but there is that feature. If for some reason you do kind of get carried away with the settings and kind of get lost, it's extremely easy. There's a really easy function just to put it back to factory settings, which is a pretty cool addition. If you want to go out to your coop and check how much battery you have on your door, you can actually just go push one button. It's going to light up that screen, and it's going to show you a percentage of what battery life you have left. If you do hit 0%, it's still going to open and close. You're just going to do it really slowly. So try to get those batteries changed before you hit the 0%, just to be safe. It is IP44 waterproof, and to me, I didn't know what that even meant. I ended up getting online and doing a Google search and finding out what IP44 really means. And what that means is, yes, it can be outside, it can withstand rain splashing on it, things like that. It just can't be submerged. It's not waterproof, it's water resistant, but it should be able to handle any kind of rain or anything splashing onto it, so you shouldn't have to worry there. It also ships worldwide, so it doesn't really matter where you live. This is the chicken door that you can get your hands on. And going along with the worldwide thing, doesn't really matter what climate you live in, unless you live in a very, very harsh climate. They operate in a pretty high range of temperatures. You can go anywhere from -20 degrees Fahrenheit to 140 degrees Fahrenheit. So there's quite a bit of range there. There are a few places here in the United States that get down there below that -20, but not very often. There isn't a whole lot of places that'll get that low. This is a very quiet chicken door when it opens and closes, so you don't have to worry about it bothering your chickens or scaring anybody or the neighbors hearing it, anything like that. If there is any issue with your chicken door, when you go out and let's say it's not operating correctly, or you go out and it's closed when it's supposed to be open, which shouldn't be happening, but if it does, it's going to show you an error code right there in the digital readout. That's definitely something good. A lot of chicken doors don't have that. That made me feel pretty good. I want to be able to just look at my door and it tell me what's going on. If this is something you might be interested in, there's going to be a link down in the description below that'll take you to their website. So at least go down and click the link, go to the website, see what they're all about, and see if this is something for you. And if you're not quite convinced yet on an automatic chicken door, go tap or click this video right here. And that video is going to show you how we built our DIY sliding chicken door. And this was just built out of some scrap wood we had laying in the garage. I'm not a handyman, and I was able to build this. And honestly, I'm really proud of myself with the design that I had for that chicken door. If you got value out of this video, go down and hit the like button. Consider subscribing. We really appreciate it. And I'll see you in the next chicken door video.